You're the greatest love I ever seen.
So I got a question on one of my YouTube videos, and it says, I would like to see a video about how you pay for nursing school, both grad and undergrad. I would like for you to talk about the different types of loan options, repayment options, and nursing expenses that students may not know of, such as uniforms, assessment products, and travel expenses. So I'll start with grad school first, just because I'm more familiar with that, because I'm going through grad school now. My memory is kind of fuzzy when it comes to nursing school, y'all. I graduated from nursing school about 4 years ago. As far as NP school, so I knew that Vanderbilt would be an expensive program, but I didn't really understand how the student loans would work, because this would be my first time where I would be in charge of my own loans for grad school. So when I went to Vanderbilt for their open house, thankfully they had an hour-long session strictly about financial aid. So with Vanderbilt, they have a financial aid director specifically for the School of Nursing. So it's kind of like the School of Nursing has their own financial aid department that's separate from the rest of the school, which is really good because they're strictly dedicated to the School of Nursing. They're not worried about other programs. They're strictly focused on the School of Nursing and all of the nursing students. And if you guys see, I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So that brings me to another important point. When you guys are looking into nursing program or NP program, if you can, please visit the university. Make sure that they have at least a session on financial aid, or there's somebody that you can talk to about financial aid, because nursing school, NP school is expensive, and you want to have all the facts about financial aid before you make your decision about which program to pick, whether it's nursing or NP school. And that's one of the things with Emory. When I went to visit Emory's campus after I was accepted for NP school, they did not have a financial aid session. I remember asking about financial aid. I think I said something funny like, so Emory's expensive, how do you guys pay for it, when they had like a student panel and they said, oh, you need to email so-and-so. That answer wasn't good enough for me. And then when I went to Vanderbilt and they had a whole hour-long session about financial aid, and the financial aid director for the School of Nursing was there, and they had everything explained so detailed, I was like, okay, I can go here, because they are telling me how much money it's going to cost me, because it's important. I need to know where my coins are going and how I'm going to get the coins to go to the school. I was originally going to be a full-time student at Vanderbilt, and with being a full-time student, Vanderbilt did award me a $7,000 scholarship that would be spread out over my 3 semesters of NP school. But of course, you guys know I am a part-time NP student, so I was not able to be awarded that scholarship. But with Vanderbilt, they have 3 students are awarded full-time scholarships. One has to be a pre-specialty student. Pre-specialty students are students who are working towards getting their nursing degree. Then you have a specialty student, which means that they're working towards becoming an NP. And then a minority student was chosen. If I was full-time, I would have had 2 opportunities to be able to have won a full ride, but I'm not full-time. The people who were chosen for the scholarships were chosen based off of their personal statement, which is why it is important that you guys write a good personal statement. And I will link my video above where I'll talk about my personal statement that got me into Vanderbilt, and also my other NP schools that I applied to. If you're a full-time NP student, there is a program called Nurse Corps that you can apply to. So with Nurse Corps, they'll pay up to $50,000 of your tuition in return for you working 2 years in an underserved community. While you're in school full-time, they will give you a monthly stipend. I think the amount I saw was like $1,447 monthly, but that's only if you're full-time in NP school. So I was not eligible for that. So as far as financial aid for me as an NP student, so I had to take out 2 loans. So in order to be eligible for loans, you have to fill out your FAFSA. So I'm sure everybody knows what your FAFSA is. So the 2 student loans I used to pay for grad school are the direct unsubsidized loan. The direct unsubsidized loan is the only loan available via FAFSA for grad students. All grad students are considered independents. The direct unsubsidized loan is not based on financial need, and the school determines the amount you can borrow with this loan based on tuition and other school expenses. And there is a limit to the direct unsubsidized loan, which is $20,500 per school year. Now, this other loan I had no idea that I would be able to get is called a Grad Plus student loan. So with this Grad Plus student loan, it goes towards your tuition, but it also, the leftover money comes back to you in a refund check so that you are able to live off this money if you choose to. I had no idea about the Grad Plus loan when I was applying to MP schools. If I had known about the Grad Plus loan, I probably would have stayed in my apartment, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with living with your parents during MP school. So with the Grad Plus loan, they do have to do a credit check. So I have good credit, so I was of course approved for the loan. So if you have bad credit, that doesn't necessarily mean you won't be approved for the loan, but you do have to go through different requirements before they give you the loan, and I'm not sure what those requirements are. And the max amount received for the Grad Plus loan is determined by the cost of school attendance and other school expenses. So it's determined basically by your university. So I'm going to insert pictures of Vanderbilt's tuition and fees right here. I'm going to also insert my fall 2018 tuition and fees right here. So for the fall semester, I was awarded an $8,000 refund check, which basically helped because I cut back on my work hours to focus on school. So I was able to live off my refund and also subsidize my refund with working PRN, you know, being able to pick up as many shifts as I want or as many shifts as I don't want. Something that you guys need to look into, if you do not want to work full-time while you're in grad school, make sure your university offers health insurance. I know a lot of people work full-time while they're in grad school or nursing school just because they want to get the benefits, you know, health insurance, dental insurance. But Vanderbilt offers health insurance through United Healthcare, which is the health insurance that I use right now, and it's $3,000 a semester, and it covers me, you know, each semester, fall through summer, because as you guys know, at the age of 26 you are kicked off of your parent insurance. So health insurance is something that's important for you guys to have. And with United Healthcare through Vanderbilt, I'm still able to go to my same doctors, so that is a plus. I didn't have to change my doctor. And of course, with me being PRN, I do not get healthcare benefits from my job, so I have to use Vanderbilt's health insurance. Things included in my tuition: so we have a one-time transcript fee of $100, which just means we pay it one time, send our transcript off to, you know, wherever we have to send it to, whether it's jobs or when we're applying to take our licensure exam. And they waived the activities and recreation fee for me because I am outside of Nashville. So if you live in Nashville, you do have to pay the activities and recreation fee, which I think is like $239. So as far as my books, I purchased them through the bookstore, but you guys know if you purchase your books through the bookstore, they're gonna be very expensive. So some cheaper routes would be like Amazon Prime, where you can rent your book. Chegg, you can rent your books. So some of my first semester expenses for MP school were, my white coat was $45. In August, I had to stay in Nashville for 4 nights for orientation and my first day of classes. So those 4 nights were like $700. You guys have to factor in travel if your MP school is not in the same city as you're in, whether that's airlines, hotels. And if you guys want to cut costs, try splitting the hotel costs with a classmate, or if you have friends that stay in the area, try staying with them. So I had to buy a remote proctor, which is what we take our exams on, to proctor our exams to make sure that nobody cheats on the exams. That was like $100 to $120. And my school supplies, they were just like $100 to $200. So my second year of nurse practitioner school, my expenses will increase because from August until March, I believe, I will have to be at Vanderbilt once a month, excluding December. So I have to factor in hotel, gas, gas and food, and I'll also be taking more credit hours. So just some of my nursing school fees that I tried to remember off the top of my head. So I looked on the website for my nursing school. So with the College of Nursing for my undergrad program, there's a $200 fee per semester. For your clinical courses, it's $200 per course, and for credit hour, it's $132 per credit hour. So nursing school is definitely more expensive than when you were taking your gen eds. I had to pay for uniforms, lab coats, white shoes, so that could have been anywhere from $100 to $200, stethoscope, $50, books, gas for clinicals, and ways to cut costs, carpooling with your clinical group. Like maybe one person drive this week, this person drive the second week. We were all college students, and you know, money was tight. Of course, school supplies, and then you have to get your clinical and lab supplies. So I'm sorry, I don't really remember the expenses of nursing school, but I do know when I was in school, undergrad, my first 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, were definitely cheaper compared to when I was in nursing school. I hope this video helped you guys know a little bit more about the student loans that you receive as a grad student. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. And as always, you guys can reach me by email. My email is prettynurseashley@gmail.com.